George can have a birthday whenever the fuck he wants, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 43 of what a lot of people are calling the greatest podcast on the internet, the greatest podcast really anywhere in the world. You look at other presidents who did podcasts and candidates, you look at Crooked Hillary, where's her podcast? Where is it? R.I.P., it's in the ground, buried somewhere, unmarked. It didn't do so hot. You look at Obama, he had one with... What is it? Bruce Springsteen, a guy who hasn't had a hit since 88. 1988, they had a podcast, but not like this one. We talk about real things here. You look at Obama's podcast, they said, wow, what's your favorite type of bark on a tree? I like spruce trees. Oh, wow, Bruce, you like spruce. That's so cool. They talk about politically correct, filtered, everything's poll tested. They have 75 people in the back with squiggly charts, so you can't say that. Oh, some of our constituents like that type of tree, and it's a horror. But this show, we talk about real things. We talk about real things. And that's why the people, you look at the comments, you look at the subscribers, and by the way, don't forget, if you're liking this, don't forget to comment and click like. You gotta click like. You've got to click like. The radical left Marxists and communists in the Department of Justice, DOJ, they don't want you to click like. They don't want you to subscribe. And they certainly don't want you to smash the notification bell or comment, because they're horrible people. They're evil people. These are sick people. These are sick people. They don't want you to buy Mango. They don't want to make America hard again. They don't want you to buy the greatest book, and really children's book, coffee table book, any type of book, whatever you want to call it. They don't want you to buy Winners Aren't Losers, one of the greatest books ever written. And poor Mr. Bear, he must feel like a loser valeting that 2006 PT Cruiser. What a horror. You know, I mean, this book really lays it all out. This is sort of like Art of the Deal, but for the children, for the kids. There are two kinds of people. There's two kinds of people. Which one will you be, viewer? And we love our viewers. This is actually redo. This episode's late because we had some technical difficulties. I said to the guy in the back, I said, you're fired. So we're redoing this episode because we love you, the audience, so much, so strongly, and we just want you to succeed and win big in life and become a billionaire with a B, like me. And that's why we want you to buy this book. There are two kinds of people. Which one will you be? A loser like them, the horrible people, or a winner like me? And you look at that illustration, and you gotta say, that's such a talented artist, so much talent, it's unbelievable. And then, of course, we got Patriot Cigars. Patriot Cigars. You know, I was hanging out with Big Time Tommy. A lot of you know him. He's a great guy. And we were smoking Big Time Tommy cigars, and we're talking about perhaps doing an endorsement deal elsewhere. But for this show is the home of the Patriot Cigar. And we love our Patriot Cigars, and we love Alan Jacoby, the guy who really put it all together. He's a winner like me. You know, he read that book. He read Winners Aren't Losers. He's got 10 copies in his house. Same way I got 150,000 of these. And I tell people, you know, I always said to the kids, never drink, never smoke. I took one puff of Patriot Cigar, and I ended up in rehab. That's how good that thing is. I ended up at a very big league rehab in Malibu, and we've talked about this. Fans of the show, they know. And really, that's where I met the Make America Hard Again people, because that's where I go. Even when I'm down, I get up like Mango RX, great company. Even when I'm down, I find a way. Even when I'm indicted, I find a way to win. And I want to show you some clip. We've got a lot of clips today. We've got exclusive footage of Hunter Biden, such a horror. You look at the laptop from hell in the White House with Hooker and gun and coke. So we got that video footage coming up. But I ran into Rob. Some of you might know him. He doesn't have, you could call it name recognition like Trump, but I bumped into a guy, Rob. I think he's a mayor or a governor or a senator or something from Florida. And at Turning Point, you look at what we did with Turning Point. You look at the clips that I showed last week. Tremendous, whether it was Vivek or Beautiful Kennedy or My Pillow. My Pillow. We used to joke about Mike on the show. Perhaps he loved me so much. Perhaps he was a little LGBTQ. We joke. We kid. We joke. We know Mike's not LGBTQ. Not that there's anything. If you want to be LGBTQ, AI plus 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 plus. With the flag, with the black line and the triangle thing and a lot of things. I don't know what the hell's going on there, but we bumped into a real gay person, and just take a look at the clip. Take a look. There's another beauty, right? He was down 20 points. He said, please endorse. I need an endorsement from you. And I looked down and I said, okay, Ron or Rob or whatever the hell it is. Some people say meatball, I don't know. And I said, I'll endorse you. And now he's a turncoat. He's running against me. It's such a disgrace. If you look at his lip, what the hell is that? That's what I want to know. There's something weird on his lip. I don't know what it is. I would consult a doctor or a physician, but we don't know. But we're going to win so big, okay? Look at that dance. Unbelievable. The sanctimony. The lights just went out. You see? The lights are so rigged. Unbelievable. The radical left Marxists were rigging the lights, but we got them back on, and we got them back on so strongly with no help from Rob. But I looked at him and I said, Rob, because this sort of thing is serious, you call it sex education, you can call it whatever you want, but I said to him, look, there's no shame in going to a physician, a doctor, getting that thing on your lip checked out. There's no shame in it, because you would maybe pretend it's not there, act like it's not there, sort of like you're pretending that the problems in Florida aren't there, but there's a lot of problems if you look at it. But you have to go to a physician, because I know, I'm not Dr. Phil. I have a wonderful degree in finance from the Wharton School of Finance, business, the Wharton School of Business. I'm not a psychologist. I don't have a psychology degree. But I've watched a little Dr. Phil, and I said to him, look, I could tell that he's letting this thing get bigger and bigger and bigger, and pretty soon it's going to take over his whole face. And because he's embarrassed by how he got it. I mean, sexually transmitted disease, it's not a glamorous thing, even if you get it from a woman. But if you get it because of secret activity with a member of the same sex, and I could tell Rob is not comfortable in his own skin with who he is as a homosexual. And I said to him, Rob, if I was gay, I'd be gay and proud. I'd be like, I'm gay. I'd put it on my buildings in gold. I'm gay tower. And really, I would make being gay great again. But I'm not gay. I'm a heterosexual person. I'm very attracted to women. Melania, my beautiful angel Melania. We love Melania. We love Melania. But I said, Rob, it's okay. Just, you have to first admit it to yourself and go to a doctor, get a prescription, get that thing fixed on your lip, and then go be who you are. People need to be where they belong. I belong in White House. I belong doing great deals for our country. A guy like Rob, who has a followership of losers, which nerds, you call them nerds, you can call them, see, cool kids like me. Kids who maybe got in a little trouble in school, but still got the girls and still found a way to win. They like Trump. People who, gamble with decisions and don't play it safe. See, the guys who play it safe and comb their hair all neat and maybe, don't really never had much of a personality. They like Desantis. They say, I think he's safe. Kind of sounds like Rob himself. Excuse me, I called him Ron. And but winners, people who know what's up, people who wear cool sunglasses like this and rock the Make America Hard Again hat and read Winners Aren't Losers to their children every night. They like Trump. So really, it's mainly a personality difference, and that's okay. Luckily, there's more people in our country who are cool, like me. You look at the African Americans. Say what you want about the African Americans. They're cool people. They're very cool people. And I have a tremendous relationship with them, and they happen to like me. How many African Americans out there are like holding a Ron DeSanctimonious sign? I haven't seen any. You look at Blacks for Trump. I've never seen any Blacks for DeSantis T-shirts, that I can tell you. But he's struggling. He's in second, and I say Vivek perhaps going to take second, and Ron will sink down to third, and we'll see what happens. But it's not good. But moving on from DeSanctimonious, I want to show you guys a clip from Valuetainment. We obtained exclusive footage of Hunter at White House. I want you to take a look. It's very disturbing. If you've got children in the room, give them Winners Aren't Losers and tell them, go in the corner and read, because viewer discretion is strongly advised here. That I can tell you. Take a look. CCTV, and that lunatic doesn't want you to see it. It's of Hunter. He's with Hooker.
Mr. President, our producer says we have the video. We will play
you guys
it
are going to let him show the video.
Vindicated by Kelly.
All right,
show the clip.
I want to see this. What is that?
There we go. That's the White House. I know it very well.
Okay.
There he is, Hunter. You see the gun. Laptop. He loves laptops, this guy. Laptops all over the place. A lot of, see, the cocaine. It's like a Scarface film, but it's not. It happens to be true, and it's in the Oval. Excuse me, the West Wing. It's in the West Wing. Look at that.
Oh, my God. That's really Hunter Biden.
That's Hunter. And look, he's running away. They hear. He's hiding behind the flag. I hug the flag. He hides behind it.
And that's supposedly that Secret Service.
There he is.
And this is the fact that that's Hunter Biden.
Great guy. That's the guy who got me the tape.
Oh, my God.
He's a patriot. He loves his country. He loves his country.
And then,
there's the hooker crawling out from under. She spends a lot of time on her knees. That I can tell you. That's how she was able to crawl so fast without rug burn.
Oh, you got the laptop.
He got the laptop, but he left the blow. Well, there you have it. It's really such a disgrace. It's really difficult to look at if you want to know the truth. You look at what's happening in that White House. It's such a disrespect to our country. Although I will admit that hooker didn't look so bad. I kind of like that pink hair and that. I like those legs in that dress, but it's a horror. Excuse me, what Hunter is doing with the coke and the gun. Imagine if my children, imagine if they had Don Jr. or Aric or Tiffany or Little Baron waving a gun around, dropping cocaine all over the place. It would be 24-hour nonstop news, but Hunter, they let him get away. They gave him... You can call it slap on the wrist. You can call it whatever you want, but it's not good if you look at the numbers. But he just it was in court, and judge struck it down, and so perhaps justice will be served. We never give up. We never give up. But meanwhile, Trump, all I do is I entertain you people on this great show. I sell mango. I do great deals for our country and for you. And they indict me not once, but twice, and perhaps 3 times, perhaps 4 times. I think by the election there'll be, 10, 12, 15, 40, 3,000 every other day. Show up here, indict. But you know what? It's okay because I'm still winning. If you look at Instagram clips, all I do is I sort of walk around Mar-a-Lago shrouded in gold and diamonds and beautiful women in high heels and elegant men in tuxedos. And then I'm indicted and fingerprinted and I'm in court. So I go from Mar-a-Lago, gold, opulence, money, power, indictment. Gold, opulence, money, power, indictment. Gold, opulence, money, power, indictment. And I think every time I'm indicted, my numbers go up higher and higher and higher and higher. I was beating DeSanctimonious 4 months ago by 40 points, then 50, then 60, then 70, then 80. And pretty soon, Rob, you'll be off the stage to quote a classic moment with Jeb! Exclamation point. But the point is, I'm doing well. I don't even have to campaign. You remember at this point in 15, I'd already had 1,000 rallies. I was in Mobile, Alabama, 30,000 people. That was the first big one. But this time I'm sort of just getting indicted, and then I'm stopping at Cuban restaurants, offering to buy everyone's meal, and then walking right out like a G. And then I'm going into Dairy Queen, and I go, everyone wants a Blizzard. What the hell is a Blizzard? And then that clip gets clipped, and people share it like Andrew Tate. They canceled him, but people share and they share and they share. I mean, back in the day, back in 15, I was going on every podcast with 2 listeners. I was going on. I went on Alex Jones. I'm sitting there on the phone with Don Lemon every night. I said, Megyn Kelly, blood coming out of her eyes, blood coming out of her wherever. I like Megyn now, but last time around, I had to say, or 2 times ago, I should say, 2 elections ago, cycles, I had to say sort of outrageous things to get coverage, to get attention. They said I got billions of dollars in free coverage. But now, all I have to do is just reserve a little bit, be disciplined, act presidential. When I'm sitting there with Bill O'Reilly, I look him in the eye and I say, Bill, in my sort of gravelly, slower voice, Bill, excuse me, not Bill O'Reilly, Short Hannity. Bill, he paid $50 trillion off sexual harassment. But I'm like, Sean, we need to take back our country. We're not going to have a country, Sean. We're not going to have a country. Biden is, and I act like I'm concerned. Really, he's a horror, but I don't say what I want to say, but I go, Biden, it's not funny. It's such a horror. It's so sad what's happening. It's so sad. And I talk about things like Social Security. You look at Rob. He wants to get rid of your Social Security. And Rob really does desanctify. He wants to push Grandma off the... He wants to take the wheelchair and throw her off the hill. He wants to raise the age of Social Security to 97. 97. Most people die between 75 and 85. He wants to raise it to 97. It's a total scam. Look at that gold. Look at that flag. It's a total scam. And it's a horror, but we're winning big. We're winning big. We're doing fine. You look, viewership on the show is way up from when we started. It's way up. You look at the comments. You look at the likes. You look at the shares. In terms of shares, it's through the roof. And I want to show you guys another clip from Valuetainment Debate. These are great people over there. We talk about fracking. Take a look.
We were fracking, and the people would come to me, Mr. President, we're fracking so much, we're sick of fracking, and I said, no, we're gonna frack more, and we're gonna keep fracking until the price of gas is down to 1 cent, and then I'm gonna say, no, we're gonna frack even more. And that's what I do.
That's right. We frack until the people say we're sick of fracking and we're going to frack some more. That's what I do. That's what I do. But I also brought out, you call it comedy, right? Something, because I have personality, unlike Rob DeSanctimonious. I brought out my Chris Rock impression when talking about the pronouns. Take a look.
You want me to do the Chris Rock impression?
Be like, they went to school on a little ass bus just in case they started acting a little more pronouny. They wouldn't hurt the regular
He's
kids.
had way too many
Wow, what a
folks
great
today.
Chris Rock impression. Look, Kelly's amazed.
That was actually
Kelly's
pretty
amazed.
good. I'm not gonna lie, that was actually pretty good.
Thank you.
I had no idea he
Look
could do
at that crowd.
Wow, that was very.
People
impressive.
don't know what I'm capable of, like things like building a mall in a wall with a roller coaster.
It's so true. People don't know what I could do. They don't know. But Kelly was very impressed. You saw it. You could see it in her eyes. You could see it in her wherever. But she seemed to like the Chris Rock talent. But and then one more clip from Valuetainment. We love the people over at Valuetainment in terms of documents. Take a look.
Biden had documents in his garage.
Locked in his garage. Locked in his garage by his
They were
Corvette.
covered in egg roll grease. Nobody wants to talk about that. You look at the duck sauce next to the document.
I don't even know.
Everything
not
he
good.
says is lies.
There was no duck sauce on my documents, that I can tell you.
Trump says is lies.
Unbelievable.
God.
His
So-
documents are covered in
Over
crack, that I can tell you. They're
40,000
finding a lot of
documents in the
crack
White
turning
House.
up all over the place if you look at the numbers.
40,000.
Well, there you have it. Such a disgrace, but we're fighting the charges very strongly. And another clip, one last clip from Florida that I didn't show you last week with Patrick Bet David. And I said, Patrick, rich guy, but really I was being nice because, he's worth $200 million. That's not rich. That's not rich at all. But I said, perhaps if you work hard enough, you could be a billionaire like me, really a real rich person. But take a look, because I learned from the Mango people that Mango pharmaceutical, the Mango RX for the erectile function, you can call it, some people say it's for dysfunction. No, it's function. We want erectiles to function, but part of the ingredients are Patrick Bet David's DNA. Take a look. Great guy, PBD.
Well, we're here with Patrick Bet David, famous guy, handsome guy, tough guy, strong guy, rich guy like me. And Mango is made of Patrick's DNA. People come to me, women, men, what's in it? What's made of it? And it's just, they gave him a little shot, and they extracted some molecules very strongly, and they put it in the pill, and that's how men all over the place turn their lives around. Unbelievable. Come here. PBD, everybody. He loves Mango.
Well, there you have it. PBD, he loves it, and he loves it because it's made of him. And great guy. We're winning big with Patrick, and we're going to be back. We're going to be back at Valuetainment. We're going to be doing a lot of things. And I want to talk about two people, two great people. I want to talk about my very strongly considered, my vice presidential candidate, my running mate. You all know him. the great George Santos. He's indicted like me. You know, I made a little joke with him. I said, George, we did everything right, and they indicted us. And it's so true, and he's a great guy. And also, I want to talk about Jason Scoop, the kid out there, handsome, young, strong, funny. People say he's funny. I happen to think he is. And, you know, he's doing a great job with the impersonation. He's impersonating me, and there can only be one me, but he does a good job. He does a good job. And we've been in talks. I say, you know, perhaps work for the campaign. Perhaps you could go on the road together and ride off into the sunset like Abbott and Costello, if you look at it. But we talk, and I said, Jason, I want you to go down to George Santos's birthday party for me on my behalf and keep an eye out. Tell me what's going on with George and, you know, just make sure he's loyal. Make sure he's not a rhino and make sure he's not a leaker. But George is not a rhino and he's not a leaker. So take a look at clip Jason at George's birthday party. And he got some hate. He got some hate online from both sides. From both sides. Very fine hate on both sides. You know, the Dems, the Democrats, they said, I can't believe you with this liar. He's not a liar. He remixes truth. Okay, big difference. And then the Repubs, they said, Jason, I didn't know you're an LGBTQ, as if hanging out with George because he's an alphabet person makes Jason an alphabet person. It's ridiculous. I think a lot of people who say things like that, they're secretly gay themselves, just like Rob DeSanctimonious. But take a look. Take a look. Jason and George together. Great time in D.C., beautiful Washington, D.C.
I just want to say the happiest of happy birthdays to my congressman, actually my congressman.
Yes.
Tell the people from your, what do you call it?
Constituent. Yeah.
I don't know this language. I'm not a politician. I'm just a comedian. I'm just
Trump.
I'm Donald Trump, and I know it, and I know it all, but happy birthday. We love you. Come here, George. I kissed him on the cheek. Unbelievable. I'm not an LGBTQ, but I have tremendous respect for the alphabet people, especially George. That I can tell you.
Well, there you have it. It's jokes. It's kidding. A little kiss on the cheek. Not a big deal, right? Not a big deal. But now that everything's become overly politicized with the gay and everything, you know, the gay movement, they had everybody on their side, but then they're like, no, we want 2-year-olds to cut their penises off. We want men to compete against women. And now people are so people are extra sensitive, and people are also too stupid to make decisions on their own. So their decisions are really assigned to them by whatever political party they're in, whatever news station they watch, whatever their friend group says. Very few people actually think critically on their own. We loved movies like Mrs. Doubtfire, Robin Williams dressing up. Everybody loved it. It was funny. The Birdcage, also Robin Williams. Interesting. People loved it. They were gay. They pretended to be straight because the daughter's family was politicians and what's that actor Gene Hackman, that I always think might be Biden, because they look very similar, Gene Hackman and Biden. But the Birdcage, now everyone's lost their minds with the gay thing, but I think people who really harp on it are gay themselves. People are like, Jason's an LGBTQ. They're haters, they're losers, and they're very LGBTQ themselves. Jason does quite well with the women. You look at the numbers, they're through the roof. I don't know. I could just assume. I don't know personally. He doesn't go around kissing and telling. But, the women seem taken with him. You look at Gabby, George's secretary. She seemed to like him. Take a look. Take a look.
Kiss. We love you. Love. We love George. There he goes. Oh, Gabby's there. Gabby. We love Gabby.
We love Gabby. We love her so strongly. And so bigly. And with strength and stamina, we love her. Look at her laughing. She's laughing. Like we've never seen laughter. Let's take it to another height. Let's make her laugh so hard that her head explodes. Which head? Oh, George. He's a bad boy. Congressman makes dirty joke. It's locker room talk. It's locker room talk.
I did not make a dirty joke.
It's locker room talk, George. It's okay, George. You can make dirty joke. We don't hold it against you here at the Trump campaign, right? Never heard Mike Pence say anything dirty or anything. That guy was a total nerd, just like Rob DeSanctimonious. But George is cool. And Gabby's cool, too. You know, Gabby's a great lady. She's a fan of us. We're a fan of her. And you heard Jason doing a great impersonation of me. These are great people, and they're having a great time. And that's why the haters and losers can't take it, because they're not invited to parties. They're sitting on a couch, 750,000 pounds, eating chips, married to a woman who they're secretly thinking about guys like Rob DeSanctimonious. It's a horror. This is where the hateful comments on the internet come from. These people are total losers. And then Jason, once again, Jason plays it up. Jason knows George is gay. He knows he'll get some comments. So Jason acts maybe a little fruity around George because it's all fun. It's all fun. Like I said, Mrs. Doubtfire, the birdcage. This all used to be silly. People are so pent up these days because, frankly, they're retarded. Take a look.
Happy birthday, Mr. Congressman. We love this guy.
Terrific, the Marilyn Monroe angle. Nice and silly. And then, of course, the happy birthday song. Take a look. What a great night. What a great night. Jason told me it was a great night. And he said Santos is loyal. He's not a leaker. He's not a rhino. And Vishnu and all the people. And then afterwards, they all went out to the casino. And a lot of crazy things happened, okay? That I can tell you. We'll leave it at that. We heard from some people, okay? Take a look at the happy birthday song.
To you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear George, happy birthday to you. This is fake news. It's 25. Okay, whatever.
Blow the candles.
Look at those. There we go. There we go. Look at those lips, those powerful lips. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, George Santos. He blew those candles out with strength and with stamina. It was tremendous, and we love him. And he's going to win so big. He's going to win so big. Look at these people. Look at these people. Unbelievable.
Mike Judas Pence could never blow out candles like that. He doesn't have the strength. He doesn't have the Santos stamina or those Brazilian lips, those thick Brazilian lips. And he says he gets injections, and that's okay. I never got an injection. Never got an injection in my life. But if you want to get injections, you could get injections. But it was a great time. It was a great party. And you see some of the comments. I wonder if that's even his birthday. Did you check his birth certificate? George can have a birthday whenever the fuck he wants, okay? If he was born in January and wants to celebrate in July, let him do it. Because he's a winner, and that's what winners do. They win, okay? And they celebrate their birthdays when they want to. They make parties and get gifts, even if it's not. And this another person said, I thought his name was Anthony. His name can be Anthony. His name can be George. His name can be whatever he says it is. Because he's, once again, he's a guy who does what he wants, okay? He's a winner. We had cool sunglasses. I'm wearing cool sunglasses right now. Make America Hard Again. Patriot cigar. Winners aren't losers. Link in bio for all these great things. Don't forget to click like. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to subscribe. This was a great episode. We keep it real on this show. We talk about the issues. We talk about the topics. We talk about our feelings. And we air it all out. Folks, I want to thank you all for watching so strongly. And, one last thing. I want to address the dead body that turned up at Obama's house. Dead body. You see dead bodies turning up with the Obamas. The chef, right? The chef drowned, allegedly, he was paddleboarding. Interesting. Never saw a black guy paddleboarding. All of a sudden, he's paddleboarding and he's dead. And all the death surrounding the Clintons, you don't see any death at Mar-a-Lago or Bedminster or Trump Tower. You might see some documents, very well-protected documents. You might see a lot of gold, but no death, right? Obama's death, Clinton death, Trump gold. Folks, I'm going to end on that note. And you come to me, all you get is beautiful gold and a beautiful erection and a beautiful cigar, beautiful sunglasses, and really a beautiful book. Thank you all for watching. We love you. We'll see you next week. Look at that dance, episode 43. We're going to win so big. Good night. Unbelievable. So much gold, so little death, so much gold, so much winning.